Hi, my name is Olivia Fox. Today I'm going to be talking about gender norms and a time where I observed in a public space and could really see the similarities and differences between the two. So I chose a time, it was 2 nights ago, where I was hanging out with my friends, and it was 2 guys and 2 girls. So with it being a small group, it was pretty easy to pick out the differences, but also the broad amount of similarities that we had. So we were just hanging out at the beach, we went on a walk, and then we sat and talked for hours on the public docks. And the first thing that I noticed that was very similar was just the way that we dressed. We're all just very casual and we're very comfortable with each other. So the guys were just wearing a t-shirt and shorts, and the girls were wearing tank tops and athletic shorts, some wearing an athletic skirt, which I guess guys wouldn't wear, so that might have been one difference. But everything else was about the same and didn't really stand out as a difference with gender norms. The first thing that really did stick out to me was when we got to the public docks, we saw on the ground that there was a ton of cockroaches. And so the girls were like hiding behind the guys waiting for them to kill it. And it was really an example of me. Planned Parenthood says that it's hypermasculinity, which is basically just a stereotype that is just an exaggeration of what a man is supposed to act like or be like, which is basically just more aggressive and more protective over women. So that was one of the only times that I really noticed that, but everything else was pretty similar. Again, we're all very comfortable with each other, so we're good with being vulnerable, and we were honestly just talking on the docks for hours just about anything and everything. So that was cool to realize that there was nothing about our gender that separated us from how we were talking to each other. But the only other thing that I noticed a difference was when we were kind of at the end of the night and we were all kind of getting a little bored and ready to go. The guys they kind of drifted off and started throwing rocks into the water, which didn't really stand out as anything that was a stereotype to me. It was just interesting how it was only the guys that started to do that. And of course, after that happened for a little while, the girls started to join in and it just became one big game. But that was the only thing that was really a difference to me. So through this experience, I don't think that it really changed my perception of gender norms, because in the first place, I never really believed that a person's gender defines how they're supposed to act. But it was also very interesting to see where there was little stereotypes that kind of stuck out, and how it was very apparent in some situations, because I'd never really thought about it, and I never thought that those things actually happened. I thought that they were just stereotypes. So that was my observation about gender norms and how it was in a public space.